Hi guys, this is part 2 of our Suno Studio exploration. In video 1, here's a summary of the track that we created.
Never had to go. I can't speak if I never be enough.
That is just bonkers right there. It's just like within 15 seconds it's come up with a male voice. That is... And for those that have watched it, we experimented with replacing the female vocals with male vocals to see if that was easy or not. And we also added some extra stems and tracks to this track. But as I said in that video, we want to bring it into Cubase so we can mix it properly, or at least start the process of mixing it properly, separating the stems, bringing through the MIDI as well, see if that's any good, see if the stem separation is any good. And we can start mixing it because there's no mixing facilities in Suno just yet. No reverb, compression, EQ, nothing like that, but that's probably coming at some point. So obviously we're now in Cubase, and the first thing you need to do is set the tempo. So set it to 93. That's obviously the same tempo as the Suno project. So down at the bottom here in the Suno project, you can see it says 93 BPM. So that's the first thing. Then obviously import all the stems into your DAW. You can drag and drop them, or you can click import and then put them all on separate tracks. Just be careful though, because they don't always line up, and there's a bit of a gap at the start, as you can see on all of the audio tracks and also the MIDI tracks as well. So here's a MIDI track here, bit of a gap. A little tip for you, probably best to line them up with the drums. So first drum beat coming on here. And I've also took the liberty of doing or creating an arranger track, so you can see at the top here where we are in the track in terms of arrangement: intro, verse 1, chorus 1, etc, etc, etc. So these stems were all separated from the main track, which is at the top here. This is the main track. So in Suno, in the last video, we separated all the stems. Is that any good? Well, I'll show you. It is and it isn't. And also took some MIDI. I took the bass MIDI and some MIDI for the keyboard here. It's a little breakdown later on in the track. So are these things any good? Well, it's hit and miss. I'll be talking about the audio separation a bit later. We do have some problems, like the guitar solo comes onto the vocal track, that kind of thing. And some of the percussion doesn't separate very well. Come on to that in a minute. The MIDI, is the MIDI any good? Well, this is the bass MIDI, bass guitar, although it was a bass synth type sound in the original track. And I did have to go in and correct some of this. So there was a few like tiny little notes in here which weren't obviously correct. Had to extend them or delete them, and some of the octaves were wrong. I had to change those as well. But on the whole, it's a whole lot quicker than me listening to the bass line and trying to program this in myself by ear, which is what I would normally do. So it gets let's say 70-80% correct. You just have to amend the rest. I can live with that. And as for these chords, there's a little section down here, little breakdown section. I'll play it to you. So here's the chords that the Suno dished out to me when I extracted the MIDI. And for the most part, look, that's a G minor up there. That's an E flat. That third chord, it doesn't know what it is. And this is a weird old chord, but it actually sounds right. It's F, but it actually sounds all right. Actually sounds quite good. I've only got a little Halion piano, just a basic, well, a Verve piano actually, on that, so it sounds quite nice. Obviously I've muted the original section, which is this one here actually. Let's just hear what that sounds like. So that's okay, but it's a bit weak. So I've replaced it with this Halion. which sounds way nicer. So audio separation, here is the blue track here is the vocal, but this is the bit which was here, and it's now a guitar solo. So this was sitting down here on the vocal track, so I had to cut it out and put it up to a separate track. You've also got the guitar track here above it in purple. So I've used it as kind of like a thickener in the second half of the solo. Let's have a listen. So it acts as like a chorus effect. It's really nice. I'll just turn that off for a second, the second one. And on. I actually really like that guitar solo, well impressed with it. So these are the little things you have to do. Some of the percussion didn't separate well at all. Over here, I've had to cut this and paste it because it had these massive spikes in it, as you can see, which I've actually tried to sort out with an envelope shaper. Believe me, without these on, it was way worse. Doesn't sound too bad, but when you've got it in the mix, it's like causing havoc, really. Much softer with the compressor and the envelope shaper. Just taking off the attack, but I had to cut out a section and repeat it because it just was only on the second chorus. There was no other percussion anywhere else. Some of these effects are a bit weird as well when they get separated. It sort of sounds a bit underwatery. So I've got them muted at the moment. And some of the extra effects down here, which we built in video 1, I've now got the power to sort of chop them up and move them around so they fit better. Yeah, so this section here needed a lot of sort of chopping up and moving just to get it to fit, but of course you can do that in your DAW. You can do it in Suno, but it's not as easy. So going back to percussion, I would actually redo it all. I wouldn't use this at all. I'm just sort of showing you quickly what I would do to get the mix sounding a bit better, but I would replace the percussion. And I've also bolstered the kick because the kick drum just kind of loses its power when all the track is playing. I'll just play you the actual track. This is the full track here, the unmixed version. So that kick is not coming through cleanly enough for me. So that's why I have added in, you'll see, I've drawn in some MIDI notes. I've just basically listened to the kick and drawn in some MIDI notes, and that's triggering a sample, which is here. I didn't spend too long finding a kick sample. I just chucked anything in there, really. It's Kick 01 from one of our sample packs. So that's on top of the original kick, and it's sort of helping it be a bit more meaty and cut through the mix a bit better. So without, with, and without. So that kick comes through a lot better now, although there's more work to be done, of course. So I hope you can see that Suno is not spitting out the final finished article. You don't just type in a prompt and it gives you this perfect track. No. We're not killing the music industry, don't worry, but it is a superb tool for giving you ideas and to help you finish your old tracks, which is going to help me a lot. I've got so many tracks, just like you, sitting on your hard drive, which are unfinished because you lose motivation, or you don't think it's good enough and you can't quite get the right ideas, or you can't quite get it sounding how you want it to sound. It doesn't sound as good as the professionals or your favorite artists. That's all changing now because Suno, you can replace bits of your track and sort of improve little bits of your track a little bit at a time and just get it finished and get it sounding amazing. That's what we're going to be doing over the next few videos. I'm going to teach you how to do all of this. I'm still learning this myself, but whatever I learn, I will pass on to you. So as I said, the track that it spits out is good, don't get me wrong. It's very good, but it could definitely be improved. The kick, the effects, the percussion, the vocal. I mean, the vocal needs tidying up. It needs reverb, delay, all automated, in a professional manner. Let me just show you the vocals. So this is my vocal track. I just throw on quickly just some short reverb and some delay effects. I've got a compressor on here and I've got Clear, which is a plugin that can clean up some of the noise because these vocal tracks are sometimes a bit noisy. It's without Clear, and that clears it up nicely. Obviously the compressor is for obvious reasons. You can see the spikes in this vocal. It's not consistent, although it's not too bad. And obviously the usual EQ and stuff, which you can't do in Suno. A little bit of short reverb and delay, as I said. Just turn all them off. So you can hear a lot of the background synth is in there when I turn off Clear. And unfortunately we are making it a little bit thin with all this, but it seems to work quite well in the mix. Yeah, her vocal cuts through really well, so pleased with that so far. But like I say, it does need automating. The reverb and the delays all need automating, so when she stops singing at certain parts, you can just bring up the delays a little bit. So another little niggle with Suno is that some of the words in the vocal don't make sense or they're unclear, so you'd have to regenerate the vocal or regenerate that portion of the vocal, which is all well and good, but it doesn't always sing it exactly how the original was sung. Another video I'll be doing is how to get around that, and as soon as I've learned how to get Suno to regenerate the same bit of vocal in exactly the same melody but with a cleaner version or perhaps different lyrics, I'll be bringing that video to you. I'm on the verge of it now. It's just a matter of getting the prompts right and whether you're using a cover version or a remix version or whatever it is. I'm going to figure it out and let you know, because at the moment it's a bit hit and miss. The way I would improve this vocal is to regenerate it and maybe take out bits of the good vocal, use bits of the old vocal, stitch them all together and so you've got a decent vocal. At the moment, it's some of the words don't make sense. Guitar solo, I think I had to just adjust the volume. Again, I would come in here properly and do proper automation, but I just increased this section of the guitar solo slightly by 2 dB because it wasn't as consistent as I would like. Obviously, you could compress it as well. So this bit was a little bit less in volume. And I also cut a piece out and put it on the end here. So this is to finish the song off. Again, you can cut and paste and move in Suno, but it's not as easy as doing it in your own DAW. So that was a piece of the guitar which I just cut out and put at the end because I thought it worked better at the end. So also just quickly going back to that kick where I replaced the kick or added the kick rather, I also sidechained that kick to the bass, which is here. And by the way, I've used a free plugin, a free trial of Modo Bass, because I wanted a real sounding bass rather than a synth bass. I'll come on to the sidechain in a minute. I'm getting distracted here. So this is the new bass. Again, that could do with a tidy up as well. It's not brilliant, but it's okay. And this is the original bass, which is more of a synth sounding bass. So that was from the original, and that separation is actually very good. And that synth bass actually works quite well, but I just fancied a normal sounding bass, like a VST plugin of a real bass. So sidechain, yeah, we've got a compressor on the bass being sidechained by the kick, as you can see here. So every time the kick plays, it just momentarily pulls down the bass volume, which means the kick can come through properly rather than fighting with the bass guitar. So as I mentioned, the main niggle for me, well, first of all, I think Suno Studio is amazing, but the main niggle for me is the vocals don't always sing the right lyrics. And yes, you can go back and retype in your lyrics or generate them yourself or get Grok or someone to do it for you. But regenerating is not as easy as it perhaps could be. I did discover the cover function with regards to regenerating vocals. I mean, you've got remix over here, you've got cover, you've got remaster. I mean, which one do you use? So, like I say, I'll be doing a video on this, telling you exactly how to do it. But I discovered that cover works reasonably well, and then you come into your advanced options down here, and you start putting the style influence up to maximum, because you want it to create a new vocal but based on the old vocal melody. I tried it, it still didn't come out 100% what I wanted. So that's work in progress, and I'll be back to you on that. But you know what, even with the vocals, the words, sorry, not sung correctly, I could still send this whole track to a human singer and just write down the correct lyrics and just say, look, sing the same vocal melody, but here's the correct lyrics. So this, at the very least, is an amazing demo to send, or guide vocal to send to a human singer, if you wanted to still use human singers, that is. It's much better than me trying to hum the melody, or even worse, try and sing what I want, because I can't sing. So that's where another reason Suno is just superb for coming up with demos. So my overall thoughts of Suno, friggin' amazing. I'm going to be able to finish all my old tracks and even improve some of my old tracks that are finished, but I know they're not quite there, you know. They needed a bit of something at the time, but just didn't have the motivation or ideas to get it over the line. So I've got a few of those in mind. And as I said in the last video, I've got loads of ideas on paper, on voice notes, on the phone, which I can literally just upload into Suno. Again, more videos coming, so subscribe, where I know that you can make a full track out of one simple voice note on your phone. So let's have another listen to what we got. Yeah, I think on the whole, it's superb. I am definitely hooked on Suno. I'm a big fan. It's only going to get better and better. And I'm going to keep bringing you videos perhaps on some other platforms as well, like Moises and any other AI tool that comes out to help us musicians get ideas and finish tracks. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Born to Produce, down the bottom. Like the video if you like this content. It's not much to ask, and it would just help us out no end. And if you want an overall course all about making music with AI, way more than what we're doing here, we have an AI music mastery course, which I'll put in the description below. Lots of people have checked that out and they've loved it. So yeah, you should do the same. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next one.